Hey guys, today we're going to be looking at solving two-step inequalities with algebraic thinking. So our first inequality is 32 is greater than or equal to negative 4 times x plus 8. And so I know the first thing I want to do is take a look at the side of the inequality that has the variable. And then I want to create zero pairs. So my units, my constant right here is a positive 8. So in order to create that zero pair, I would need to put 8 negatives on both sides, again, to maintain balance. And so when I simplify that, I see 32 minus 8, and that is 24. So 24 is greater than or equal to negative 4 times x. And this positive 8 and negative 8 has made a zero pair, so I don't need to rewrite it. So now I have 24 is greater than or equal to negative 4 times x. So my last inverse operation that I'll need to do is the opposite of what's actually happening to x at the moment. So x is being multiplied by negative 4. So the inverse operation of that would be to divide both sides by negative 4. Now I want to draw your attention. I'm going to make a little star right here because we are dividing both sides of an inequality by a negative number, which means we will need to switch the sign. So 24 divided by negative 4 gives us a negative 6. My sign needs to flip the other direction in order to make sure that my inequality stays true. Negative 4 divided by negative 4 is just 1, so I'm left with x. So I have negative 6 is less than or equal to x, and I want to go ahead and make a graph of my solution because inequalities have more than one solution while equations only have one. And so I see that negative 6 has to be less than or equal to x, so negative 6 will go on my number line, and I will choose a number to the left and to the right. So my number to the left, I'll just choose as negative 10. And my number to the right, I will choose as 0. So I'm going to take both of these numbers, negative 10 and 0, and see which one makes the inequality true. So is negative 6 less than or equal to negative 10? And I know that that is not true because negative 10 is actually a lesser value. So then I'll take a look at 0. So is negative 6 less than or equal to 0? And I know that that is true. So now it's time to graph. Because my symbol in the inequality is less than or equal to, my dot on negative 6 will be closed, and I'm going to shade in the direction of the solutions. So I'm not going to shade towards negative 10. I'm going to shade towards 0. So this number line represents all of the possible solutions to negative 6 is less than or equal to x. All right, one more. So we have x over 2, or x divided into 2 parts, minus 4 is equal to negative 3. So again, just like the other one, we're looking at the side of the equation now that has the variable. So I'm saying x cut into 2 pieces minus 4 has to be equal to negative 3. So I'm going to take a look at the constant, or the units, of negative 4, and I want to create zero pairs. So to create a zero pair with negative 4, I will add 4 to both sides in order to maintain balance. And I am left with x divided by 2. Negative 4 and positive 4 made 0. So all of this has to equal, well, negative 3 plus 4 is a positive 1. So because x is getting divided into 2 pieces, and that's equal to 1, I'm going to rewrite this and say that half of x is equal to 1 because they are the same thing. And I know that in order to get 1 whole x, I will need to double what I have. So 2 times 1/2 of x gives me 1 whole x, and 2 times 1 gives me positive 2. So I have that x is equal to positive 2, which I can also graph on a number line. Only this time it's only going to be 1 dot because equations only have one solution. Right? Thank